State Representative Harvey Santana, the Democrat from Detroit, thank you for being available. Appreciate the call.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Have you had a chance to speak to State Senator Virgil Smith yet?
No.
Do you anticipate seeing him here at the Capitol today?
No.
Is he not coming?
I don't know. I would expect that Virgil will probably take a couple days off, reassess what's going on, and then when he's ready, he'll come back to do the work of the people.
Do you know him very well?
Yes. I consider him a very good friend.
And I've been saying all along this is very uncomfortable to talk about. But what were your thoughts when you heard about what went on or read about what went on there or didn't go on, maybe, who knows, on Sunday with Senator Smith?
You know, it's always unfortunate. You know, it's unfortunate for everybody involved. And, you know, my prayers go out to Virgil, his family, and the people that are around him, as well as the young lady that was involved. You know, and I think that, you know, the biggest disappointment I've had so far is the over-sensationalization and the overreaction that people have had. And, you know, we sent out, as the Hispanic Caucus chair, I sent out a press release, and so did the Detroit Caucus, and the Michigan Legislative Caucus sent out a press release, you know, asking people to take a step back. Mm-hmm. Calm down. Don't be so quick to be judgmental about what happened. And all we're asking for is the same thing that has been asked of Americans all across this nation, in places like Ferguson and Baltimore and Sanford, and even here in Easter, when, you know, two cops pulled an unarmed black motorist out of a car and beat him up and then put drugs in the car and then went back to the station and laughed about it. They're asking people to just calm down, let all the facts come out, let things happen in the court of jurisprudence, and don't be quick to prejudge.
It's a little bit of insider baseball, but do you think that the senator should have been stripped of his committee assignments and caucus duties?
Well, I don't know if he's been stripped of caucus or of his committee assignments. I've been reading the newspapers just like everybody else, and I haven't seen Senator Arlen Meekhoff issue a statement that his committees have been stripped.
What do you make of the spokesperson for Arlen Meekhoff, the Senate Majority Leader, saying that Senator Smith should, quote, give serious consideration as to whether or not he can still serve his constituents in light of this development?
Well, I think that was a smart, accurate statement. I think he should consider it. Obviously, this is going to take up a lot of his time. He's got to fight for his life, literally here, because, you know, you have a felony conviction on your record. You and I both know what that means for you moving forward. And I think that allows both sides to have a lot of room to figure out what the best course of action is.
It seems to be coming down to a he said, she said sort of situation where the truth may never be known.
Yeah.
You know, not that it's our business, but I don't know. Some people say it is. I don't know.
Well, what I would say, look, Senator Smith is a public official, okay, and you know we are held to a higher standard. I think when the facts come out, what people will find out is that there has been a lot of mileage here on what's happened. Number one, and number two, I think that people will realize that there are more facts in this case. And when they realize that there are other facts in this case, they may not be so quick to take the position that they took.
That is a very smart thing to say, because from what I understand, again here, that he's been divorced from her for quite some time now.
Yeah, I mean, from what I know, he's been divorced from her for in 2009. I think they got divorced, and it only lasted 2 months. Obviously, something went wrong there, and there's a long history here of back and forth. But I would just ask the public, calm down. Don't be so quick to form this lynch mob that people have been trying to form, asking for his resignation, ask him to quit, ask him to go away. Just calm down. You don't know everything yet, and when you do, you might not be so quick to overreact.
Yeah, maybe you won't be so quick to grab a stone when you look around at the house you live in, right?
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, look, domestic violence is ugly. I am the lead sponsor of a 9-bill package that's going to make its way through the House in the next month. My mother was a victim of domestic abuse. I know this situation. I grew up with it, watching it firsthand. It's ugly. It's just horrible. And as an elected official, when you get tagged with that, and as a man, when you get tagged with it, you're really in a no-win situation. I don't care how innocent you may come out of it, you've been tagged as it. And that's the part that I think really is damaging for Virgil in this sense.
Yeah, even if he was in a self-defense situation, the presumption is that a man can defend himself without punching a woman in the face. There must be some way to contain her or stop her without having to do that, if that's what happened. That's what she says happened. So I take your point.
Well, wait a minute. A self-defense situation, the way I've been reading the news stories and the way I've understood the statements in the police report, she ran into his house.
Right.
There was a physical confrontation inside of his house where he had to physically remove her from his house. So, I mean, at some point here, somebody's got to start asking the question, was he able to defend himself in his house? And again, this is why I ask people, just calm down. Don't be so quick to judge. Let's see what all the facts are. I'm not condoning any of his actions. I'm not trying to defend him. But what I am trying to defend is the judicial process where every man has his day in court. Let him have his day in court in the court of jurisprudence with the facts on the table.
Thank you very much for the conversation this morning and for speaking with us across the state of Michigan. We're right across the street from you here at the Capitol, and we'll talk again soon.
My pleasure. Thank you, and anytime.
That's a State Representative Harvey Santana, the Democrat from Detroit.